She was Lin Yushi, a gentle yet distant ophthalmologist. He was Zhou Yenjing, the noble young master with a soul sphere, outwardly affectionate but inwardly elusive. Back then, Lin Yushi only thought Zhou Yenjing was frivolous and insincere, but after marriage she realized just how heartless he could be. She once believed he loved her, only to discover in the end that it was nothing more than a cruel joke of her own making. Lin Yushi had just finished surgery and was taking off her gloves that still carried the sting of disinfectant when Yu Jiaxiao's call came through. "Babe, did you know? Your husband's return has already blown up online." Her fingers froze around the phone, her voice tinged with post-surgery fatigue and a dazed disbelief. "You mean Zhou Yenjing is back?" Yu Jiaxiao blurted out without restraint. "Exactly. That bastard didn't even tell you. The girls at our company have been gossiping about it for hours, and here you are still in the dark." Before the words even settled, the WeChat notification chimed. A high-definition photo popped up on her screen. Yu Jiaxiao teased. "Sent you the trending picture. Gotta admit, your man's face is stupidly handsome." Lin Yushi's fingertips slid across the screen, pausing on that face. So familiar yet so distant behind her, gasps of awe broke out. "So this is the second young master of the Zhou family? How can a financier look this good? He could pass as a rising celebrity in the entertainment industry. I'm obsessed." "Obsessed? Please. You think you stand a chance? He's been married for 3 years. No way. For real, he's only 27 now, so he married at 25? Su Cheng's fingers halted on her screen as she lifted her chin proudly. "Of course it's true. Can't believe you all didn't know. His wedding was massive back then. Haven't you seen the legendary photo from that day?" Hearing this, Lin Yushi curved her lips in a bitter smile. The whole world knew Zhou Yenjing's schedule, yet his own wife was always the last to find out. Su Qing pulled up an old news photo. "Look at this one. The vibe is absolutely stunning." A young nurse suddenly let out a surprised, "Huh?" and said, "Doesn't this woman look a bit like Dr. Lin? Dr. Lin, come see this. The bride's profile looks exactly like you." Su Qing rolled her eyes dramatically. "Oh, come on. You're an eye doctor. Shouldn't you at least have some vision? There's no way Lin Yushi is lucky enough to marry into a rich family, let alone the Zhou family, one of the most elite." Lin Yushi's face remained calm as she asked quietly, "And how do you know I'm not that lucky?" Su Qing gave a cold snort. "You've worked here for 2 years and your husband hasn't shown up even once. If you really married into high society, wouldn't you be flaunting him everywhere?" Lin Yushi replied evenly, "Because I married him in a so-called ghost wedding, a forbidden ritual where someone is wed to the dead." She paused, then glanced at Su Cheng's frozen expression and added softly, "If I ever brought him out, I'd probably scare you." Just as Lin Yushi stepped out of the nurse's station, her phone buzzed again. It was a message from Zhou's mother. "Yenjing is back. You should bring up that matter with him as soon as possible." Lin Yushi stared at the line of text, her fingertip hovering above the screen, unmoving for a long time. Inside a private club suite, Zhou Yenjing slowly swiped across his phone screen. A message popped up from the contact labeled "Wife. When are you coming home? I need to talk to you." The woman beside him saw the word "wife" and gasped, covering her mouth. "Second young master, you're married?" Zhou Yenjing raised his hand, the ring on his finger catching the light. With a lazy smirk he teased, "What, is my wedding ring not shiny enough?" Only then did the woman notice the understated yet dazzling ring. Leaning closer out of curiosity, she asked, "So what kind of person is Mrs. Zhou?" Zhou Yenjing bit down on his cigarette, lips curling with a careless grin. "My wife isn't as pretty as you." Shi Tang suddenly cut in. "Cut it out. Don't listen to him. You could flip the whole city of Linqing upside down and still not find a woman more beautiful than his wife." Handing him a glass of wine, he added, "Brother Yenjing, are you staying this time or leaving again?" Zhou Yenjing twirled the glass between his fingers and asked lightly, "Do you want me gone?" One of the guys laughed and teased, "Shi Tang's so devoted to you, don't you know? He misses you more than your wife does." Shi Tang kicked him under the table. "Even good wine can't shut your filthy mouth. Don't listen to their nonsense, Yenjing. Come on, let's take a welcome back photo to celebrate your return." At 10:30 p.m., the chandelier in the dining room was still lit, but the 4 dishes and 1 soup on the table had long gone cold. Lin Yushi sat in her chair, absent-mindedly scrolling through her social feed until her finger froze on Shi Tang's latest post. "I end the photo," Zhou Yanjing was surrounded by friends, a woman leaning against him with adoring eyes. Lin Yushi let out a bitter smile. Clearly he wouldn't be coming home tonight. 2 years had passed, yet she still hadn't learned her lesson. She shut down the app and her memory plunged back to that snowy winter. How did you hurt yourself like this? What, did you drop your hand in the frying pan while cooking? With skills this bad, you're banned from the kitchen from now on. Kneeling on one knee, the man carefully bandaged her wound. Lin Yushi had stubbornly argued back then, but we're stuck here. That if I don't cook, what will we eat? Aren't I here? I'll take care of you. She scoffed. A pampered young master. How could you possibly take care of anyone? Zhou Yanjing looked up with a cold snort. Didn't I take care of you last night? Wasn't that enough? Her cheeks instantly burned red. She stammered. Then what should I do? Zhou Yanjing suddenly leaned in close and whispered, all you need to do is love me. Snapping back to the present, tears streamed down Lin Yushi's face. She stared at the wedding ring on her finger and murmured, Zhou Yanjing, why did you suddenly stop loving me? Lin Yushi waited up until the late hours, and when Zhou Yanjing still hadn't returned, she finally went to bed. She couldn't remember when she'd started needing a bedside lamp to fall asleep. In the dead of night, the bedroom door eased open, and a tall silhouette was cast long across the floor by the lamp. Zhou Yanjing stood at the edge of the bed, his gaze fixed on Lin Yushi's sleeping face, restrained and unreadable waves moving behind his eyes. He hesitated for a long while, half a minute at least, then bent down slowly. His breath, tinged with the scent of alcohol, was about to brush her temple. Lin Yushi's eyes snapped open. For a beat they were foggy, bewildered from sleep. When she registered who was there, her pupils contracted sharply. She bolted upright, the covers slipping down to her waist, the exposed shoulder flushing pale pink. Zhou Yanjing stayed bent over, one hand in his trouser pocket, clearly not expecting her to wake. His Adam's apple bobbed as if hiding something, and he forced a cool, thin smile. What are you so scared of? Do you think I was going to kiss you? He sneered. He straightened up and taunted, I was just checking if you were dead to the world. You're so unalert. Someone could walk in and you wouldn't even notice. Lin Yushi lowered her gaze, her voice was hoarse from sleep. I thought you weren't coming home tonight. Zhou Yanjing idly unbuttoned his shirt and asked, nonchalant, so you don't want me back? Are you hiding someone in the house? Lin Yushi was silent for a moment, her fingertip absently rubbing the safety charm at her neck. Then she said, I want to talk to you. But the conversation never really started. Zhou Yanjing cut it off with a deliberately suggestive provocation. Fine, he raised an eyebrow. If you want to have this talk in the bathroom, go ahead and invite me. Lin Yushi didn't move. Zhou Yanjing's steps halted, and as he turned slightly toward her, a memory from 2 years ago resurfaced. Yaqiong, you really picked well for your second son. I'm so envious. She's beautiful, gentle, grew up in your household and knows everything about the family. Her bond with Yanjing is solid. Why can't I have such luck? His mother had sighed. Solid bond. Don't fool yourself. The one she wanted to marry back then was Xing'an. How much true feeling could she possibly have for Yanjing? A woman had gasped. What? She liked your eldest son? His mother's voice had turned cold. She's always preferred the eldest. The moment Xing'an came home, she would rush to the living room, smiling at him more than she ever did at Yanjing. And look at her status. Xing'an is set to inherit the family business. How could he ever marry a parentless foster girl? Snapping back to the present, Zhou Yanjing's eyes darkened. Back then, bound by a 3-year marriage contract, she had married him out of necessity. Now, with that contract nearing its end, she was eager to bring up divorce. But he refused to give her what she wanted. Zhou Yanjing said nothing more and turned into the bathroom. The next morning, Lin Yushi quickly made 2 hearty sandwiches in the kitchen. By the time she brought them to the dining room, Zhou Yanjing was already seated at the table. He glanced at the plate and asked flatly, Where's Aunt Chin? Why are you making breakfast? Lin Yushi replied calmly, I dismissed her. Just then, a faint meow broke the silence. Zhou Yanjing frowned, his voice full of disdain. Where did that stray cat come from? Lin Yushi muttered under her breath, I gave birth to it. Zhou Yanjing let out a dry laugh. Then you'd better apply for a Nobel Prize. Lin Yushi didn't reply, but Zhou Yanjing stood up, his tone cold. Get rid of it. I don't want to see that thing in the house. Cradling the cat in her arms, Lin Yushi let it nuzzle against her palm. She explained softly, I picked it up a few days ago. It has a litter of kittens, and they can't survive outside. I'll keep them contained, and once I find adopters I'll send them away. She lifted her gaze, her voice icy. If you can't stand it, you can always stay somewhere else. After all, you've got plenty of places to go. Coming here only delays you from being with someone else. Zhou Yanjing arched a brow. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what it sounds like. When you went abroad, wasn't it because you wanted to? Her phone rang before she could finish. The caller ID flashed. Mother Zhou. She tipped her chin at him. Your mom. He misunderstood, thinking she was cursing. His face darkened. Half a year apart and your temper's grown. Not only do you try to throw me out, you swear at me now? Lin Yushi ignored him and answered, voice cool. Hello, Aunt Ling. Listening in, his gaze deepened. So she wouldn't even call her mom now. Eager to draw the line, huh? The call ended in under a minute. What did she say? He asked. She wants me to go over tonight. Are you coming? He sneered. Beg me and I'll go with you. Lin Yushi was speechless at his childish behavior. She suddenly set the kitten down, and the little thing, as if it understood, darted straight at Zhou Yanjing, startling him into a half-step back. Seizing the moment, Lin Yushi turned away, tossing over her shoulder. I'm rushing to work. Go if you want, don't if you don't. The Zhou family estate. Lin Yushi knew it inside and out. Every tree and stone carried traces of her childhood. After her parents' death, she had been taken in by the Zhou family. They called it adoption, but in truth it was nothing more than a monthly stipend. Even her name, Lin Yushi, had never been changed. The old master and madam of the Zhou family had never truly accepted her. In the vast mansion, only Aunt Zhao had cared for her wholeheartedly. Now, seeing her return, Aunt Zhao's face lit up with fond affection. Yushi, you're back. Lin Yushi answered softly. Aunt Zhao lowered her voice. I heard you dismissed little Chen. Madam seems upset about it. Lin Yushi wasn't surprised. Of course the matter had reached Ling Yaqiong's ears. Ever since her marriage to Zhou Yanjing, the Zhou family had sent little Chen to serve her. On the living room sofa, Ling Yaqiong sat poised in an elegant qipao. The moment Lin Yushi stepped in, she ordered coldly, Bring little Chen back to me. It wasn't hard to guess. Aunt Chen must have exaggerated things in front of her. Over the years, no matter the issue, big or small, right or wrong, Ling Yaqiong had always found fault with her. That had never changed since childhood. Lin Yushi asked coolly, when little Chen complained, did she mention why I dismissed her? Ling Yaqiong lifted her gaze with disdain. It was just a bit of gossip behind your back, nothing serious. But you, Yanjing's wife, the Zhou family's second daughter-in-law, can't even handle a servant. How do you expect people to respect you? And setting that aside, now that Yanjing is back, you can't cook, you can't manage the house. Were you planning on waiting for him to come home and serve you? Lin Yushi thought to herself, it's not like I haven't served him before. But she didn't dare say that out loud. She only lowered her eyes and answered meekly, all right. All right, what? A lazy voice drifted from behind. Zhou Yanjing walked into the living room with his suit jacket slung in one hand, a faint smirk tugging at his lips. Don't get the wrong idea that I didn't come back for you, I came back with my father. Lin Yushi gave a polite nod. Uncle Zhou. Zhou Qizhen only responded with a faint grunt. Seeing her son return, Ling Yaqiong's face instantly lit up with warmth as she rose to greet him. Yanjing, you've lost weight again. Were you not eating properly abroad? Zhou Yanjing let her inspect him lazily and replied, every time we meet you say I'm too thin, while Dad says I look more spirited. Maybe the two of you should agree on one standard first. Don't listen to your father. Being thin makes your mother worry. Ling Yaqiong tugged him toward the dining room. Dinner's ready. Come eat. Zhou Yanjing walked ahead but kept glancing back at Lin Yushi, who still stood rooted in place. With a mocking tone, he said, why are you standing there spacing out? Do you need someone to invite you to eat? Lin Yushi followed silently. At the table, Lin Yushi sat beside Zhou Yanjing. Her mind was full of worries and she had no appetite, but fearing questions from Zhou Qizhen if she put down her chopsticks, she pretended to eat, picking at the rice slowly. That little act couldn't escape Zhou Qizhen's notice. Yushi, why are you eating so little? Not to your taste? He asked. Before she could shake her head, Zhou Yanjing shot a cool look and sneered, maybe she should be eating cat food. Don't know what would fix her, she's practically ready to give birth to cats now. Lin Yushi felt her cheeks burn. She wanted nothing more than to find a hole to crawl into. Damn Zhou Yenjing. She cursed in her head, wishing she could crawl into a hole and disappear. At that moment Zhou Qizhen set down his chopsticks. I'm finished, he said. Yenjing, come to my study. After the two men left, Ling Yaqiong's expression hardened. She turned to Lin Yushi and demanded, how did the divorce talk go with Yenjing? When will you file the papers? Lin Yushi was silent for a few seconds and didn't answer. Impatience edged into Ling Yaqiong's tone. Still haven't discussed it. We agreed on 3 years. Are you deliberately dragging your feet? You've put Yenjing through enough already. Is his mother. Do you know how it feels to watch my son spend years abroad while you don't even come home? Ling Yaqiong pressed. You let him slip away and turned your life into this mess. No wonder little Chen laughs about it. That if you don't feel embarrassed, must I be the one to be humiliated on your behalf? What stung even more was hearing it with her own ears. Aunt Chen mocking behind her back. It's so late already, aren't you going home? Aren't you afraid madam will scold you? And Aunt Chen's reply? She can't control me. My paycheck comes from the Zhou family. She has no real say here. Being called the second young madam is nothing but a title. Our second young master was forced to marry her. He never cared for her. The reason he went abroad those past 2 years was because he couldn't stand her. He went to find his childhood sweetheart. So in everyone's eyes, Zhou Yenjing married her against his will. Zhou Yenjing stayed overseas because of her. Zhou Yenjing didn't love her, and somehow all of it was her fault. Every blame was piled onto her shoulders. Lin Yushi drew in a deep breath and finally snapped back. This marriage wasn't my choice either. Don't forget. It was your Zhou family that came begging me. Ling Yaqiong's face froze. I know this matter counted as you helping our Zhou family. We won't shortchange you. What you're owed, you'll get to the last cent once you and Yenjing divorce. It's over. From then on, you and our Zhou family will have nothing to do with each other. So much for having nothing left between us. Lin Yushi lowered her gaze, hiding the depth in her eyes. I'll talk it over with him. Leaving the Zhou estate, she had just stepped out of the courtyard. When she saw Zhou Yenjing leaning against the car, a cigarette glowing red between his fingers, the night breeze carved out the rakish edges of his face. His eyes fell on the cardboard box in Lin Yushi's arms. What's that you're carrying? Childhood things I forgot to take before. Zhou Yenjing pulled open the passenger side door. If there's anything else, better take it all at once tonight. There's nothing left. The rest belongs to your Zhou family, you can keep it. She slid into the car and slammed the door shut with a bang. Zhou Yenjing stared at the closed door for a moment, then rubbed his nose, thinking her temper really has grown. The car was spacious enough, yet the stifling atmosphere inside felt like an invisible net tightening around her. Lin Yushi stayed silent for a long while before finally mustering the courage to whisper, "There's only 1 month left until..." She didn't finish. Zhou Yenjing, face cold, cut her off. "Stop the car." The driver hit the brakes and Zhou Yenjing's detached voice followed. "Get out, I have business to take care of. Another car will pick you up." With that, he reached over and pulled open the door beside her. Instinctively, Lin Yushi asked, "It's so late. Where are you going?" Zhou Yenjing's gaze slid across her face, unreadable as he replied, "You're asking too much, Mrs. Zhou." The words hit like a bucket of ice water poured over her head. Lin Yushi said nothing more, quietly stepping out onto the deserted roadside. Zhou Yenjing left her with a curt order, "Wait here, don't move," before signaling the driver to drive away. The car's taillights quickly vanished into the night, leaving only the dim yellow glow beneath the street lamps on the empty road. A cold wind slipped down her neck, threading through her clothes and straight into her bones. Staring into the distance, Lin Yushi felt the bitterness surge in waves, crashing again and again inside her chest. She had been waiting, 2 long years of it, waiting until the very word felt sickening. A car that might never arrive was no different from Zhou Yenjing, who might never come home. Neither was worth her hope anymore. Elsewhere, outside the Boyu Corporation building, Zhou Yenjing held his phone and asked, "Did you find her?" On the other end came a hurried reply, "No, I was a step too late. I saw madam take a cab." As soon as the call ended, his assistant lifted a cardboard box from the trunk and asked, "Second young master, this must be the box madam left behind, right?" Zhou Yenjing gave a short grunt of acknowledgement and ordered him to return the box to madam. Back home, Lin Yushi's phone rang. It was Yu Jiaxiao, her best friend, her voice bursting with outrage the moment the call connected. "That old witch dares to talk about nothing left between you? My ass. The Zhou family owes you plenty. What's so hard done by about him? If he really felt wronged, he shouldn't have touched you in the first place. Damn it. Why don't you ask his mistress if she feels wronged? Lin Yushi nearly spat out the water she was drinking. Helpless, she said, Miss Yu, mind your words, don't just spout off like that. What? We're all Asian. It's not some shame written on your face. If anyone's been wronged, it's you. 3 years of marriage, your youth wasted, and all you got was a fake love story and everyone's ridicule. Meanwhile, he's been off with that jerk Jiang Nan, enjoying his little love nest, leaving all the pain for you to carry alone. That was her best friend for sure. Every word struck right at the heart. Lin Yushi sighed. You're right. Just don't say it again. Yu Jiaxiao's tone instantly softened, chuckling. All right, don't be sad, Yushi. I got my bonus. This weekend I'm treating you to a feast, plus a mystery surprise. Just then the doorbell rang. Lin Yushi told Yu Jiaxiao, I'll call you back, and got up to answer it. She thought it was Zhou Yanjing returning. But when she opened the door, it was his assistant standing there holding a cardboard box in his arms. Madam, this is what you left in the car. Mr. Zhou asked me to bring it back to you. Lin Yushi stepped aside to let him in. Sorry to trouble you. The assistant added, now that I've confirmed your home safe, Mr. Zhou can rest assured. He set the box down by the door and was about to leave when Lin Yushi stopped him. Where is Zhou Yanjing staying tonight? The assistant faltered, then gave a vague reply. Mr. Zhou is tied up with company matters tonight. You know, he just returned and Boya has a lot of business to handle. If there's something urgent, I can pass along a message. But divorce wasn't something she could deliver through an assistant. After a pause, Lin Yushi simply said, then tell him. Back at Boyu, the assistant agonized for a long time before altering her words. Madam asked me to remind you to take care of your health and not overwork. Zhou Yanjing raised an eyebrow at that. She really said that? The assistant forced a guilty smile. More or less. In truth, Lin Yushi's exact words had been, then tell him. So busy every day, he'd better watch out or he'll drop dead. Zhou Yanjing felt an odd flicker of satisfaction. She actually cared about him. His mood instantly lifted and he told the assistant with renewed energy, keep working. Finish it fast, then get some rest. The assistant looked miserable, afraid his boss might slack off, but also terrified if he worked too hard. Just then he remembered something. Oh right, Mr. Zhou, Song Yunfan, young master Song invited you out. Don't forget. Zhou Yanjing thought for a moment, then said, postpone it. Maybe I'll have time this weekend. That weekend, near midnight at a bar, Lin Yushi was dragged out by her best friend to have some fun. To her surprise, the so-called big surprise was nothing more than a group of good-looking guys dancing on stage. She couldn't help twitching at the corner of her lips. This is your idea of a surprise? Yu Jiaxiao patted her shoulder matter-of-factly. Of course. New bar, new eye candy. Sure, he's not as handsome as your husband, but the next one will be better and the next one will be sweeter. Why should he party outside while you stay home like some loyal saint? Since he came back, he's been busy with work every night. Who knows if that's just an excuse to mess around. So you should play too, and play hard. Lin Yushi quietly reminded herself. She and Zhou Yanjing weren't divorced yet. You're just too good, too obedient. That's why he keeps walking all over you. Yu Jiaxiao was mid-rant when she suddenly froze and jerked her chin toward the side. See? What did I just say? Your man's not coming home, he's out here instead. Lin Yushi followed her gaze. Zhou Yanjing was surrounded by a group of women heading upstairs to the second floor. It felt like something slammed into her chest, leaving a suffocating heaviness she couldn't shake. Yu Jiaxiao's temper flared instantly. Look at the life you've been living these past few years. At home, his mother crushes you so you can't lift your head. And him? Out here with women draped all over him, having the time of his life. Lin Yushi forced down the bitterness rising inside. We came here to relax. Forget him, let's get a drink. Yu Jiaxiao still fumed but finally nodded. Fine, but wait here a sec, I need the restroom. Watching her friend hurry off, Lin Yushi sighed and muttered, better actually be the restroom this time. Before she could finish, Yu Jiaxiao's figure had already vanished around the corner. Meanwhile, in the VIP lounge upstairs, Song Yunfan had his girlfriend in his arms as he glanced at Zhou Yanjing, who lounged lazily on the sofa. Yanjing, I heard Uncle Zhou is stepping down as president of Hengtai Bank. You didn't come back just to fight your brother over the inheritance, did you? Zhou Yanjing crossed his legs, a cigarette dangling loosely between his fingers. Through the haze of smoke he spoke calmly, I do want to fight for something, but it's not hung tie. The girl beside him immediately leaned in, her voice sugary and flirtatious. Then what is it you're after, second young master? Before his answer could land, the door to the lounge burst open with a loud bang. Yu Jiaxiao stormed in, her tone dripping with sarcasm. Well, isn't this cozy? All these handsome faces look so familiar. Funny, they look exactly like my best friend's deadbeat husband and his loser buddies. Shi Tang shot to his feet. Yu Jiaxiao, have you lost your mind? Lost your mind, my ass. Call me queen crazy. Jiaxiao had never gone to the restroom. The moment she spotted Zhou Yanjing, she came straight here. Shi Tang's face darkened as he strode toward her. You got a death wish, Yu Jiaxiao? Yu Jiaxiao raised her chin, refusing to back down. What? You planning to hit me? Just as Shi Tang was about to lash out, Lin Yushi stepped forward from behind Yu Jiaxiao, gently pulling her back. Shi Tang froze mid-stride, his anger vanishing in an instant as he quickly called out, sister-in-law. The moment that word left his lips, the rowdy chatter in the lounge came to an abrupt halt. Every pair of eyes turned toward the doorway. Lin Yushi wore a polite smile as she spoke with quiet grace. Sorry, she had too much to drink and got a little carried away. Please don't take it to heart. If it had been anyone else, Shi Tang would have tossed them out without hesitation. But Lin Yushi wasn't just anyone. Since sister-in-law had spoken, he forced down his temper. Sister-in-law, would you like to sit down and join us? Lin Yushi's gaze settled on Zhou Yanjing. He lounged on the sofa with his eyes closed, long legs crossed, a flawlessly made-up woman sitting right at his side. Then in the next instant, Zhou Yanjing's eyes snapped open, dark, sharp, and locked directly onto her. Lin Yushi answered with a calm smile. She led Yu Jiaxiao further inside. Behind them, Song Yunfan leaned toward Shi Tang and muttered under his breath, Are you an idiot? You actually let her sit down. Shi Tang's expression turned bitter. Damn it. It was just a throwaway line that I never thought she'd really say yes. Lin Yushi stepped up to Zhou Yanjing, her tone calm yet sharp. So this is what you call being busy lately? Zhou Yanjing smirked, voice dripping with mockery. Caught red-handed after just a little fun. Following me this close, are you here to check up on me? Lin Yushi pulled Yu Jiaxiao to sit beside her, raising her gaze to him. Then go on with your fun, that I'll wait here until you've got time to talk. The lounge fell silent, the air tightening until it felt suffocating. A moment later, the woman beside Zhou Yanjing leaned in, her chest nearly brushing his arm. Second young master, I've got a concert next week. Will you come watch? Zhou Yanjing curled his lips into a lazy grin, his tone flirtatious. I'm allergic to music. The pop star pouted playfully. Just listen once, maybe I'll cure you. Yu Jiaxiao finally snapped, her sarcasm sharp as a blade. What are you, an ultrasound machine? If sound waves can really heal, why not donate your voice to a hospital? Lin Yushi cut her off in a low voice. Don't start trouble, Jiaxiao, if things get ugly, I might not be able to cover for you. Yu Jiaxiao shot back, unwilling to yield. She's stealing your man right in front of you. Lin Yushi replied coolly, that wall already collapsed. With that, she turned her eyes to the pop star. I'm free. Do you still have tickets? The singer froze for a moment, then smiled sweetly. Of course, sis. Add my assistant on WeChat later. I'll have her send them to you. Lin Yushi's tone was casual as she pointed toward Zhou Yanjing. No need for the trouble. Just add me and he can forward them to you. The singer went stiff, instinctively glancing at Zhou Yanjing. Zhou Yanjing cast Lin Yushi a sidelong glance. He stayed silent, neither denying nor objecting. The pop star could only pout at Zhou Yanjing. But I don't even have your WeChat, second young master. What should I do? Zhou Yanjing flicked the burden aside with a smirk. What should you do? Ask her. Lin Yushi gently offered a way out. It's fine. Add me, I'll forward it to you. The singer blinked in surprise, then quickly thanked her with a sweet smile. Lin Yushi returned a soft smile. Don't mention it. I guess I deserve it. Zhou Yanjing's face darkened instantly, a strange anger rising in his chest. She could sit there so calmly while others openly coveted him as if it meant nothing to her. Before Lin Yushi could react, Zhou Yanjing suddenly snatched her phone away. His cold gaze locked onto the pop star. You want my WeChat? And what gives you the right? Humiliated in front of everyone, the singer's face went pale. She covered her face and bolted from the lounge in tears. Lin Yushi frowned. Zhou Yanjing was always like this. One moment lifting her high, making her believe she was cherished, and the next cutting straight into her heart as if it meant nothing. A memory from 2 years ago suddenly replayed in her mind. Someone had asked Zhou Yanjing, "You and Sister Jiang Nan were doing fine. Why did you suddenly marry someone else?" Zhou Yanjing's gaze had fallen on her back then, his lips curling into a cold, dismissive smile. "If I can't marry the one I want, can't I just settle for someone else?" Now Zhou Yanjing handed the phone back to her, his voice sharp. "Forgot to delete you, didn't I? Next time you act on your own, you won't even stay on my list." Lin Yushi took the phone, her fingers trembling slightly. 2 years had passed, yet the wound still throbbed faintly, reminding her how laughable it was to have ever loved a man like Zhou Yanjing. Yu Jiaxiao poured herself a glass of wine, took a sip and smacked her lips. "This stuff's way too fancy that if young masters drink like this every day, no wonder I'm turning green with envy." Before her words even faded, Lin Yushi's slender hand reached over, snatching the glass away. "Then drink more," she said flatly. Yu Jiaxiao froze, stunned, as she watched Lin Yushi raise the glass to her lips. But just as the rim touched her mouth, a large hand shot across and blocked her. Zhou Yanjing's gaze locked on her, his voice low and sharp. "Who said you could drink? This stuff's strong, you'll only make yourself sick." Lin Yushi frowned, a mocking edge in her tone. "What's wrong? Others can drink, but your wife can't even have a glass?" The word wife hit him like a jolt. For a split second, delight flickered in Zhou Yanjing's eyes. She was jealous. Lin Yushi didn't notice his hidden thoughts. She only saw his blocking her, which grated like a splinter. She snorted and tried to push him away, but Zhou Yanjing held her wrist. His grip wasn't strong, yet she couldn't break free, so she downed the rest of her glass in one, the sharp burn of the liquor stinging her throat. She forced a smile that tasted like irony. Loving Zhou Yanjing had always been ridiculous, and yet she kept remembering those rare moments of warmth he'd given her. She hated how weak she was. Maybe she'd rather drown it all in drink. The next morning, Lin Yushi woke to a blanket of warmth. Half asleep, she caught sight of the clean line of a man's jaw. In the next instant, Zhou Yanjing's handsome, slightly bewildered face filled her view. "Why is it him?" she thought, startled. Was she dreaming again? The thought flickered through her mind, but her body betrayed her. She nuzzled closer into his arms as if fearful the dream might vanish. But when her palm brushed against the solid muscles of his back, the undeniable reality of the touch pushed the drowsiness from her mind. A low chuckle rumbled above her. "Comfortable holding me like that?" His voice was husky, rough with sleep. Lin Yushi froze. Realization hit and she scrambled back in panic. "Sorry," she blurted. Zhou Yanjing watched her flustered reaction, his tone laced with mockery. "Now you act all polite. Last night you clung to me so tight I couldn't shake you off. With that lousy tolerance, you still try to drink like the others. Do you even know how you got back?" Lin Yushi lowered her eyes, shame washing over her as she pictured the scene. "I drank too much, but I didn't mean to cling to you. If I bothered you, you should have just left me with Jiaxiao." Zhou Yanjing almost explained, "Your friend was out colder than you," but the words twisted on his tongue. Instead he said, "When I'm not around, don't drink so much." As he spoke, his finger brushed lightly against the pendant resting on her neck. Lin Yushi stiffened, suddenly realizing she was wearing only a silk nightdress, bare skin exposed, her body tensed. "Where are my clothes?" she asked in alarm. Zhou Yanjing's Adam's apple bobbed. He forced a casual tone, though his eyes betrayed something more. "What's wrong? You're treating me like a stranger now? I can't even take off your clothes?" "I didn't have the time, or the patience. Aunt Chin came back and changed you." He paused, his tone suddenly firm. "So what if I was the one who changed you? We're husband and wife." The word husband and wife stabbed at Lin Yushi's chest. She touched the pendant at her neck, her voice tightening. "I'm going to be late for work." With that, she all but bolted, hurrying out of the bedroom. Zhou Yanjing watched her retreating figure, a strange tremor running through him. Was she really so desperate to keep him at arm's length, pushing him 1,000 miles away? By evening, Lin Yushi dragged her weary body back home. As soon as she opened the door, Aunt Chin came forward to greet her. "Second young master just called to ask if you got home safely. He said he didn't see you at the hospital. Today was the Sher's baby's 1-month banquet. You were supposed to go with him. Why'd you come straight back here? Lin Yushi didn't stop walking. I didn't want to go to. If you're so eager, you can go with him yourself. No sooner had she spoken than Aunt Chen's voice rang from behind. Second young master, you're back. Lin Yushi's whole body stiffened. She didn't need to turn around to know it was Zhou Yanjing. The next second, his voice carried a teasing edge. What new tonic have you been taking lately? Your ears are getting bigger. Do I really have to come drag you out myself? Lin Yushi didn't even lift her eyelids, striding straight toward the living room. You didn't have to come. Zhou Yanjing ignored her cold face, pulling out a flat gift box and holding it out. We've got 20 minutes. I already picked out your gown. Go change. Lin Yushi froze mid-step but didn't take the gift box. I'm not going, she said wearily. After a full day of work, the last thing I want is to put on a show of being some loving couple. With the way things are between us, what's the point of showing up together? Who exactly are we performing for? Zhou Yanjing's voice dropped a few degrees colder. No matter how unwilling you are, your status is still my wife. He stepped forward, blocking her path, and thrust the box toward her again. Social obligations are basic courtesy. Do your part. Lin Yushi's suppressed emotions finally snapped. She raised her hand and hurled the box away. I told you, I'm not going with you. Zhou Yanjing's face darkened completely. Was she that desperate for divorce? She wouldn't even bother pretending anymore. If she didn't want to go with him, who was she planning to go with? Before Lin Yushi could turn away, he seized her wrist. In the next instant, she was hoisted onto his shoulder, his tone brooking no argument. You don't want to change? Then I'll change you myself. Lin Yushi struggled furiously, but his grip held her steady. Her chest burned with anger and chaos, leaving her speechless. A moment later, he set her down gently on the soft bed. She frowned, lifting her head to speak, only to see his hand reaching for the buttons at her collar. Lin Yushi's heart clenched. She slapped his hand away in a panic, her voice unsteady. Don't touch me. I'll change myself. Zhou Yanjing immediately raised both hands in surrender, his tone light and teasing. There isn't a part of you I haven't seen. Why the sudden modesty? Still, he sensibly turned his back, though he couldn't resist adding, sure you don't need a hand? From behind, Lin Yushi's voice shot up. No, and don't you dare peek. He muttered under his breath, as if I'd bother to peek. But less than 2 minutes later he was already asking, done yet? Only when she answered did he turn, and his gaze instantly locked on her. She was draped in the satin gown he had handpicked, the smooth fabric outlining her figure, making her look both elegant and radiant. But then he noticed it hung a little loose and frowned. Did I get the wrong size? In truth, his chest ached. She'd lost more weight again. Lin Yushi, however, misunderstood, assuming he had confused her with someone else's measurements. She shot him a sharp look. Then why don't you take someone who fits better to the party? Zhou Yanjing quickly caught up, his tone full of helpless complaint. You never used to have such a temper. These past 2 years you've only gotten more willful, always throwing me that cold face. Lin Yushi spun around sharply. When did I ever throw you a cold face? To him, her flustered look was like a puffed-up kitten. He deliberately teased. I'm telling you, you're a cat mama. Just admit it. What kind of nonsense is that? Lin Yushi glared at him, unaware of the tender smile hidden in his eyes. The little cat was glaring again. Soon they arrived at the banquet. Lin Yushi naturally slipped her hand into Zhou Yanjing's arm, and he led her forward to greet the hosts. The elder sure laughed and scolded the moment he saw Zhou Yanjing. Every time my wine cellar runs short, I know it's because you're back. That rascal Shi Tang spends all day scheming to sneak bottles to you. Shi Tang's face turned crimson, wishing he could crawl into a hole. The old man then turned to Lin Yushi, beaming. Haven't seen you in a while, Yushi. You've only grown more beautiful. Lin Yushi smiled sweetly and replied, Grandpa Shi, congratulations on your great-grandson. The elder Shi smiled kindly. You and Yanjing have been married almost 3 years, right? When are you planning to have a child? Lin Yushi's smile froze and she mumbled, We haven't really thought about it yet. The old man clearly wasn't satisfied with that answer. Think about it now. Look how eager your mother is. Hurry up and give her a grandchild to play with. Lin Yushi was at a loss for words, her eyes darting to Zhou Yanjing for help. But he stood there aloof, making no move to save her from the awkwardness. Suddenly Lin Yushi spoke, her voice low but loud enough for those nearby to hear. Actually, we don't plan to have kids for now. The problem isn't on my side. Zhou Yanjing arched a brow. Under the weight of his elder's curious stares, he pointed at himself. So what you're saying is, the problem's with me? Lin Yushi answered calmly, it's not my place to explain that. I'll get some fresh air. You can tell Grandpa sure yourself. With that, she lifted her skirt and hurried away, leaving Zhou Yanjing alone under a room full of meaningful stares. The elder sure swallowed the words on his lips and finally sighed. Such a shame to waste those good genes. On the side, Shi Tang nearly burst from holding back laughter. He clapped Zhou Yanjing on the shoulder and sneered, Bro, if you've got issues, don't sweep them under the rug. Meanwhile, Lin Yushi stepped outside for some fresh air. She spotted a lounge chair by the pool and started toward it. But before she could sit down, the chair was suddenly splashed with water. A little boy stood there holding a water gun, a mischievous grin on his face. The next second, he sprayed a stream of water straight at her. Lin Yushi frowned. Do you even know me? Why are you spraying me? Nope, don't know you. I just feel like it. The boy shot back defiantly. With that, he fired at her again. Realizing it was pointless to argue with a kid, Lin Yushi turned to walk away. But the boy chased after her, shouting, Let me wash that makeup off, and aimed the water gun right at her face. Just as the water gun was about to spray her, a knotted hand suddenly shot out and gripped the boy's wrist. Zhou Yanjing had appeared behind her without her noticing, his presence oppressive and low. My wife's makeup looks this good. Why would anyone try to wipe it off? You think you can bully my wife without asking me? The boy shouted back, I'm going to wash it off, she's ugly, blah. Zhou Yanjing snatched the water gun from the kid's hand. He sneered under his breath, What kind of messed up school taught you this awful sense of taste? Then he tossed the water gun to Lin Yushi. Here, play with it. Lin Yushi shrugged helplessly. Why would I play with that? Zhou Yanjing grabbed the boy by the legs. If your taste and values are that twisted, consider me a concerned citizen. Time for a little correction. With that, he hoisted the boy upside down over the pool by his ankles. The boy panicked, screaming, Put me down, you big idiot. Do you know who my dad is? I'll have him send people to kill you. Zhou Yanjing snorted coldly. No idea who your dad is, but I do know your dad didn't teach you manners. Clean up that filthy mouth. Then he dunked the boy's head beneath the water. Just then, a man rushed over, shouting, Mr. Zhou, please have mercy. My son is young and ignorant. He only thought your wife was pretty and wanted to play with her. He meant no real harm. Zhou Yanjing shot back coldly. So you saw it. If you're that sensible, why didn't you step in and stop him? The man was struck speechless while the boy, seeing his father, cried out, Dad, help me. The onlookers began whispering among themselves. Sure, the kid was wrong, but second young Master Zhou is taking it too far, isn't he? Yeah, let it go. Who argues with a child? Lin Yushi sighed inwardly. Subtle payback was one thing, but doing it so openly would only make the righteous look unreasonable. She stepped forward, saying, Let him G. But Zhou Yanjing cut her off. Stand back. The wind by the pool is strong. You don't even realize your clothes are soaked? Lin Yushi didn't catch his meaning, only felt annoyed. She glared at him. What's with the temper? Why snap at me? The man dropped to his knees with a splash. Mr. Zhou, it's my fault for not teaching my son. Please, let him go. Whatever you say, I'll do. Zhou Yanjing finally flipped the boy upright. The child's head was spinning, his eyes unfocused. Zhou Yanjing's voice was like ice. Apologize. To my wife. The boy stammered, Hurry, auntie. Zhou Yanjing scowled. Speak up. And anyway, my wife is still practically a young girl. Who do you think you are calling Hernie, you 10-year-old brat? The boy hurriedly corrected himself. I'm sorry. I know I was wrong. I won't do it again. Please forgive me. Zhou Yanjing handed the kid back to his father and warned coldly, There won't be a next time. If I see either of you near us again, you better run fast and run far. The father kept apologizing. Mr. Zhou, sorry for the trouble today. I'll make sure he learns his lesson. Zhou Yanjing ignored the over-the-top apologies and instead draped his coat over Lin Yushi's shoulders. Stop standing there. Put this on. Then he took her hand and left under everyone's watchful eyes. As they walked, he asked bluntly, You just let people bully you. If I hadn't been there today, you'd let them do that? Lin Yushi replied coolly, If you hadn't been here, I would have shoved him into the pool already. Zhou Yanjing raised a brow. And if his parents had come after you, How would you have gotten away? Lin Yushi smiled, plotting quickly. Push him in first, then cry for help. When people show up, pretend you heroically jumped in to save him. Who'd dare call the rescuer a villain? Zhou Yanjing scoffed. That's hurting the enemy 1,000 while hurting yourself even more. That kid's body can take it far better than yours. Do you really think it's worth it? Then his tone shifted as he took her other hand, softer but insistent. You've been warming me all this time, yet you're still so cold. Give me your other hand and if something happens, come to me. He added quietly, I'm still alive. I won't let anyone bully you. Lin Yushi stared at him in a daze. A moment later she lowered her gaze, thinking bitterly, the one who bullies me the most is you. Back home, Lin Yushi took a shower. Aunt Chen brought in a bowl of ginger soup, but she refused. Aunt Chen muttered with discontent. Second young master specifically told me to make this, that if you don't drink it, it's wasted. Zhou Yanjing walked over, took the bowl and said, give it here, that it's just ginger soup. How bad can it be? Lin Yushi snapped. Then you drink it. Don't bring it into the room. Zhou Yanjing pinched her cheek lightly, teasing, this was made especially for you. If I drink it, do you think the immunity will transfer to you? Their faces were so close that both began to flush, hearts pounding in sync. He murmured intimately, want me to feed it to you? The scene jolted Lin Yushi's memory, back to a freezing winter at the northern villa. Back then, Zhou Yanjing had held out a bowl of ginger soup, urging her to drink, but she complained that the taste was too strong. You don't want it, huh? He had said. The next second he downed the soup himself. Then he leaned in and kissed her, passing the warmth of the soup directly into her. Wiping her lips afterward, he whispered with dominance, don't want to drink? Then I'll make you. Snapped back to the present, Lin Yushi froze. His words now overlapped perfectly with those from that winter night. Just then her phone rang, cutting through the charged silence between them. Lin Yushi snapped back to reality and quickly answered. It was Director Chiu, his voice urgent. A car accident patient was just brought in. There's trauma to the right. Yu Qing took the case first, but she made a misjudgment. The family's lost all confidence in her. You need to come handle it and perform the surgery yourself. Hearing she had to rush to the hospital, Zhou Yanjing immediately offered to drive her. But Lin Yushi refused. To him, it felt helplessly distant. Was it really so hard for her to accept their relationship? She wouldn't even let her colleagues know he existed. He muttered under his breath, heartless. Shouldn't even care if you collapse from illness. The next morning, Lin Yushi woke up in the hospital's on-call room and sneezed the moment she got out of bed. Pulling on her white coat, she thought to herself, seems like I've caught a bit of a cold. Just then, Su Qing walked into the on-call room, her tone sharp. Caught a cold? Don't tell me it's from doing that surgery for me last night. She sneered. Some people look all pure and selfless, but who knows what kind of tricks they pulled on Director Chiu to snatch my patient. Of course, everyone loves fawning over Manhwa Pharma's little princess, right? Lin Yushi slammed the locker door shut with a loud bang. Director Chiu specifically asked me to take that surgery, she retorted. I couldn't care less who the patient was. You failed to butter up the family, that's on you, not me. You misjudged the case and the family lost trust in you. Who else can you blame? Su Qing was left speechless for a moment, then snapped, don't get cocky. Half the equipment in this department comes from the Tan family. Sooner or later, you'll just be their servant. Let's see what you get then. Later in the ward, a wealthy lady held out a gift bag with gratitude. Dr. Lin, thank you for saving my daughter's eye. This is just a small token of appreciation. Please accept it. Lin Yushi gently refused. It's my duty. You don't need to thank me and I can't accept this. Lying in bed, Tan Xingchen sneered, you did my surgery. If you dare take bribes under the table, I'll report you on the spot. Lin Yushi froze. You know me? Tan Xingchen smirked, malice dripping from every word. Don't tell me you forgot. I thought I left quite the impression. 2 years ago at Shi Tang's birthday party when we played Truth or Dare, I asked your husband a question. I asked him, Brother Yanjing, you and Sister Jiangnan were doing so well. Why suddenly marry someone else? She scoffed. You're still not divorced from him, right? Clinging to a man who doesn't love you, don't you have an ounce of self-respect? Lin Yushi sighed calmly. Not divorced, yet so what? Even Jiangnan herself isn't in a hurry, why are you? Tan Xingchen flared up like a rabbit with its fur on end. I'm not anxious. I just can't stand watching you steal what belongs to Sister Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan and brother Yanjing grew up together, a perfect match since childhood, and if they hadn't broken up, you never would have had the chance to swoop in. You call yourself the Zhou family's adopted daughter, but everyone knows you were shoved into the maid's quarters. You're not even worth a finger of Sister Jiang Nan. Her mother quickly scolded, Tan Xingchen, how can you talk to Dr. Lin like that? Lin Yushi remained unshaken, her voice calm. It's fine. What she said isn't entirely wrong. But since I've already stolen him, what does it matter? Zhou Yanjing isn't some priceless treasure. Just a playboy, fickle and heartless, that if Jiang Nan values him that much, she can try to steal him back from me. Tan Xingchen froze, stammering, be brother Yanjing? At that moment, Zhou Yanjing walked into the ward carrying a bag, his face expressionless. He said coldly, to be married to a scumbag like me? These years must have been hard on you. Lin Yushi blinked in surprise. Why are you here? Zhou Yanjing leaned closer, his voice low. I had a hunch someone was bad-mouthing me. So I came to listen for myself, wanted to hear what my good wife says about me behind my back. Lin Yushi turned her gaze aside and shot back. I didn't lie. Tan Xingchen's mother rushed forward to smooth things over. President Zhou, I'm so sorry, our Xingchen was speaking out of turn. Zhou Yanjing's expression stayed flat. She was, for your and Chairman Tan's sake, I'll let it slide this time, but if it happens again. Watching Tan Xingchen tremble in fear, Zhou Yanjing swallowed back the words on his tongue. I don't mind teaching her myself so she learns how to speak properly. His gaze shifted to Lin Yushi, a wave of bitterness rising inside. Does she really hate me this much? Am I truly that unworthy of her love? Zhou Yanjing fell silent. After a brief pause, he turned and walked out of the ward. Outside the ward, Zhou Yanjing tossed the bag to his assistant. The assistant hesitated, reminding him, wasn't this the coat you picked out because you were worried Madam might catch a chill? Why are you bringing it back untouched? Zhou Yanjing's face darkened, irritation lacing his voice. Let her freeze then. She looks perfectly fine to me. My wife doesn't need a coat from a so-called scumbag like me. Inside the ward, Mrs. Tan quickly apologized to Lin Yushi. Dr. Lin, I'm so sorry that it's all Xingchen's fault for troubling you. Lin Yushi remained composed. It's not really about her, that I still have work to do, so I'll take my leave. After stepping out, she leaned against the corridor wall, a flicker of regret rising in her chest. Those words I said, they must have hurt Zhou Yanjing. Should I apologize to him? Just then voices drifted out from the ward. You should be grateful to Dr. Lin. You'd have lost your eyesight without her. From now on, show her some respect, and never bring up that adopted daughter of the Zhou family nonsense again. Tan Xingchen shot back, unconvinced. Why not? It's not even a secret. You kids don't understand the full story. Everyone knows, Dr. Lin's past was tragic. Her father was an executive at Hengtai Bank, and her mother was a professor at Linqing University. She grew up in wealth, a child meant to live carefree in a happy family, but then, everything changed. During the infighting at Hengtai Bank, the whole family was kidnapped. In the end, she was the only one who survived. After her parents died, Lin Yushi was taken in by her mother's sister. But instead of caring for her, that family sold off all the Lin family's belongings and seized their house. Later, she was abandoned again, left to grow up in an orphanage for several years. It wasn't until a reporter tracked her down that her parents' story finally came to light. The public praised her father as a man of honor who would rather die than betray the Zhou family. And with that, the Zhou family was suddenly thrust into the spotlight. Tan Xingchen asked curiously, so, the Zhou family adopted Lin Yushi just to calm public opinion? Yes and no. With the Zhou family's power, they had no reason to fear such trivial rumors, nor did they need to adopt her to silence them. It was the Zhou family's matriarch who insisted on bringing Lin Yushi home. The stability of Hengtai Bank was bought with her parents' lives. By all rights, the Zhou family should be grateful to Lin Yushi. Surely she must have lived well after being taken in, right? It's not that simple. She was already 12 or 13 when she entered the Zhou family, and it wasn't out of kindness, it was forced. Whatever glamour people saw was only on the surface. Their words dragged Lin Yushi back to childhood memories. Zhou Yanjing teasing her mercilessly. Who cut your hair like that? Looks like a watermelon. From now on, I'll call you Watermelon Head. At the thought, Lin Yushi let out a bitter laugh. How ridiculous. He had treated her like that, and yet she still fell for him. Compared to the cruel words he once threw at her, calling him a scumbag now was nothing at all. After hearing her story, Tan Xingchen shrank back, mumbling that she ought to apologize to Lin Yushi. But that single word, apologize, cut deeper than she expected. Zhou Yanjing had never once considered apologizing to her, so why should she care if he was hurt by her words? That evening, when Lin Yushi got home, she found the dining table filled with a lavish dinner. Aunt Chen muttered in frustration, "What a shame. I cooked all this and just called second young master. He said he wouldn't be back. Weren't you too fine just yesterday? Why the sudden quarrel again?" Lin Yushi, losing her patience, snapped, "If you want to act like a mother-in-law, direct that tone at your real daughter-in-law." Irritation churned inside her, but she knew it was the same argument on repeat every day. Nothing would change, she told herself quietly, just one more month. Endure it. Just then Zhou Yanjing walked in and Aunt Chen hurried over to greet him warmly. "Oh my second young master, you're back. I already served dinner for Madam first. Shall I whip up a few more dishes for you?" Zhou Yanjing looked to be in an unusually good mood that he assumed Lin Yushi had asked Aunt Chen to call him, trying to make peace, maybe even showing a little remorse. But Lin Yushi met his gaze and said, "Do you have a moment? There's something I need to discuss with you about the last month." His good mood evaporated instantly, so it was still about divorce. His voice turned cold. "No time. This scumbag's busy eating.